Up, guys? What it do? Welcome back to the Wheat Field, y'all. Welcome to you. If you new, hey, welcome to you too. This is your girl Lati here. It says Wheat Road Show. You showing up, never know what you're gonna get, beloved. This cup has been pulled out a lot lately. This cup has been pulled out a lot lately, and I'm getting believe, beloved. Whew. So today we just happened to run across a CNN Live, actually aired 5 days ago. But guess what they are discussing? UAPs, formerly known as UFOs. I was like, wow, we're having congressional meetings on these things now? That's interesting. A lot of people take a lot of footage, you know what I mean, stuff that they capture on their camera. What up, we? Yep, you heard about it? See, look, I'm talking about now it's in Congress. I mean, of course, we know that the government has been studying UFOs for a long time, at least since the 50s, 40s, 50s, right? And they're talking about biologics. They're talking about, potentially trying to create hybrid individuals to increase human capacities. So it's very interesting to listen to how they talk about these things because they definitely use like language and it sounds very technical. But when you break it down, what they're saying, have they discovered any biologics? Biologics, bitch? Do you mean that did they discover a whole being? Yes. Okay. I was like, oh. And what was so funny is a couple of days ago we was outside on the porch. We ground at night. We go outside and we sit at night. Like I'm a moon child. I love the nighttime energy. I'm a night fiend. Y'all, I'm sitting up there having my little sip. I'm like, what in the shit is that? And I pulled out my phone and we started to record it. So if y'all look, y'all can go to the uploads and y'all let's see it's like a 2-minute video. And it's not the first time that I've caught it. Look. I've read this before. It's demons once it dries up. I don't know about that part, but I believe that those spirits walk amongst us. Like, and a part of that too is where we kind of going. Okay, because it's a lot of different types of beings. Like I am a person. I have the 5 books. Can I say that? Yes. The Law of One. Okay. The Law of One. Can I get it? I'm gonna get the first book to show y'all. One of them. Boop, 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 boop. I actually don't even see book number 1, so it's probably sitting somewhere else. I probably was kind of like going through it. So this book right here, it's a 5-book series, right? And it says a humble messenger of the Law of One. And this group of individuals, oh yeah, see look, this group of individuals, and this is the name they call themselves Ra, right? And it's a group of a group of beings because it's like collective consciousness and they can all speak like we are a collective consciousness, right? But they talk about a group of beings from the Orions. That's what they're called. And these entities are malevolent, right? They do not, we all serve the Most High God, the source of all, the one, right? But the way that they do it is malevolent, right? It is like, again, like she was talking about, like, what we would consider like demonic, right? Like the bad things that actually push us into growth and to accelerate, to overcome. So in the grand scheme of it all, it still serves the Law of One. But do they have the capability to manipulate, to influence, right? For us to be in the wrong way of things or like just to be on the other side, like of the balance. Like, I don't like to say dark or light, but it's just like, the lack of empathy, the lack of sympathy, the need to control, to manipulate, to hoard power, those types of energies. And the Orions have been around and influencing for a very long time. What I thought was interesting, look, new beginning is here. A new belief, right? Can you think about things differently? Take a risk on this mindset. right? But for many people, it's not a risk because it's like shit we've been talking about for decades that they just don't affirm or validate that the shit is true. And then when you see hearings such as this, like the Congress is meeting and discussing this phenomenon, the fact that we have so much data, we have so much record of it, like people really see not just the civilians with their cell phones capturing this shit. We talking about the military around the world, around the globe. We're talking about, Navy men out in the middle of the sea and they seeing shit come out the sky and go into the water. They're pilots, piloting the aircraft, and they see like the fact that this is not a regular commercial plane. This is not anything that's military. What the fuck is this following this type of energy? And the fact that they are now affirming it for the public to really kind of get their minds wrapped around it, I think is very interesting. I do. They are also very concerned because they feel like, maybe, they're hostile, right? I'm getting a lot of information here. Just pulled out King of Pentacles, just wanted to come out. So definitely getting something, an energy that wants to have control and power over Earth. And again, I'm getting Orion energy, something from the stars, right? Star beings. So, yeah. And I'm thinking about resourcing, right? Because that has been going on for a long time, like resource mining. You know what I mean? They come to Gaia, to Earth, for resourcing, but it's something that they like that's in, either our soil. I am picking up on melanin. I'm picking up on copper, right? It's some precious metals here in this plane that they mine for. What else I was getting ready to say? Oh, in terms of like military interest and why we have so many programs that actually watch this that are highly classified, some of it overclassified, it's because they're discussing in this congressional meeting how a lot of sightings are over certain installations, right? Like secure facilities. And one thing that they talked about in this book, The Law of One, the series of books, is that a lot of interest is now on Gaia because of the technology that we have amassed, right? If we've been studying aircrafts and these biologicals since the 40s and 50s, a lot of our technology and technological advances come from that. And now we've gotten to the point where we can do serious destruction to self into the planet. And considering Gaia is a planet of interest, not only I'm getting our solar system, but Gaia itself, because of the minerals and the resources, right? They would be very interested in preserving it. What I thought was also funny with them talking about this in Congress over the last couple of days is that they are concerned about our ability to defend ourselves. Well, that's a given. Like, if we are still learning from their technology from the 40s and 50s and so on, like, we can't even discuss, like, aircraft retrieval or none of this shit, right? And really understanding what they're doing to learn the technology. Just think how far advanced they are when it's 50, 60 years later. Like, they're already making leaps and bounds, right? Some of these reports is that their aircraft moved in like 1,000 G-force. Shit, we can only sustain 8 right before you a blackout, red out, die. Like before the aircraft even starts to, come apart itself. We can't go that fast. We can't move that fast. We don't operate, from a collective consciousness to the point of where we don't have to even use speech and verbalize our intention. Like, we haven't gotten to that point where they definitely have, beloved. So it's almost like, when you see something that you can't explain, you meet it with fear and you immediately try to figure out how to defend yourself against it. And my thought is like, shit, they've been here forever. It's not the first time that, civilizations have talked about star beings. You look in caves and ruins, and they talk about the Anunnaki. They talk about Dagons. They talk about, you go in there and they done drew this big ass thing, and spaceships and shit like that. Ancient astronauts and stuff. So I thought it was super, super, super interesting to watch the conversation in today's time. Like, we're publicly having the conversations for those who watch CNN and shit like that and congressional hearings. So, because otherwise, if the government doesn't affirm it, then a lot of people just doesn't believe it. They don't believe it. So we're getting new beginning. I'm getting King of Pentacles energy. I'm getting somebody that wants to have power and dominance over Earth itself, beloved. And that leads me into those darker energies, right? So what we consider to be demons or, fallen angels could a lot of times be the influence of other beings who seek to control, wanting the resources of Gaia itself. And a lot of people, ancient civilization or in historical records suggest that, other star beings came here to save their own, lineage. Like the fact that they came here so that they can, reconstitute their DNA and they can, continue, again, their people, their civilization or their kind doesn't die out. And it kind of leads us back into what we were talking about, like when we think about, are they using the foreign biologics that we really don't know about and doing splicing and genetic testing and try to enhance, humans in our current capabilities, like forcing evolution, right, is what I'm getting. And the spirit is saying, yeah, they do. Yeah, definitely, I'm getting, is it past or future? Future. Yeah, we see loss, right? So maybe they're thinking about future loss, you know what I mean? So they're trying to preserve themselves against future loss, which is why they come to Gaia to mine resources. And I'm definitely getting copper and I'm getting melanin. Melanin specifically. Queen of Pentacles is here. She's falling. Or she's not. I don't know what's up with that. Why is she in reverse, spirit? Oh, they say that she's not interested in Gaia. So she is she a counterpart to, yeah. So definitely counterpart energy to this energy, King of Pentacles, who would be very interested in Gaia, very interested in the resources, and she's not. So I'm getting like, is it like half and half? Is it just a specific being in particular? Okay. I'm hearing Confederate, like the Federation, Galactic Federation. So I don't know. Yeah. We see struggle is here. This is interesting. I didn't think we were gonna get something like this. But yeah, and so yeah, I'm getting Galactic Federation. I'm getting the fact that Gaia has been under surveillance for a very long time. It's supposedly a ban, like no new entry into Gaia. Like if they were here, they're here. But it's not supposed to be any more new ones that can come. But I'm getting that more are coming or new ones are coming, or maybe there's been a change in the band and now that they can actually enter. And again, I'm getting the fact that we are so close in technology where we can actually destroy ourselves, destroy the resources that they would need in order to continue, their own purpose and motivation, right? So, considering that they've been here forever, I don't think that it's just necessarily a threat to the planet. I think that, and for the most part, that they are looking to preserve it for their own purpose, albeit. But it's something about this energy that's not interested in Gaia. She's not interested in mining it more. Maybe she wants to leave. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I'm getting. But go where? I'm hearing home. Queen of Swords energy. Yeah, she ready to check the fuck out and leave. Maybe she's like, you know what? It's I'm hearing the word intelligence. Like maybe she's gathered all that she needs to know. And now she's ready to go. Like feeling isolated, feeling, homesick is what I'm getting, struggling, ready to pack up and leave. Leave a place of struggling. Maybe she could see where we're headed to. And that's a part of the thing. Like, are we gonna move to the point where we're gonna destroy ourselves because of fear, because of even the influence of other energies? I don't know. Definitely get in belief. What do you believe? I know I believe it's because I have seen at least three different encounters of it's like what the shit is that? One day I was living in Arizona and standing on the balcony at night in a whole triangle formation like this, like this triangle formation. It was like three lights going this way on one side and three lights coming down, and that shit just swooped past. It was like we was like this. What the shit was that? You know what I mean? It's like too fast for you to just like get a phone out and like if you wasn't already out there recording it, you'd have missed it. Another time I was in New York. Um, Laying out there. I think it was one of those days where like the moon, you know how in the daytime you could see the moon some days, and I'm a moon watcher. So I'm sitting up there recording, and I had zoomed in on the moon to see if I can get like the closest I can get to it with my camera, and some shit flickered right past. And then it just went, I was like, what the shit did I just catch? And that video was also up in my uploads on the channel. Stuff like that don't get a lot of hits because people just, I don't know if it's the stigma of UFOs and UFPs, which is why I think it's interesting that the government is now discussing it in Congress so that people, who catch this shit can be believed. Because it's definitely something different going on. I'm getting Six of Swords, moving to peace and chaos. So I don't know if this Queen of Pentacles, this energy has gotten what she need in terms of resources, knowledge, and data, and really like I'm ready to get the fuck on because I'm, there maybe she feels like the future is a loss. That struggle is here and ready to move to chaos, move away from the chaos and move towards peace. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe, we will figure that out for ourselves before, provided that we don't start a fucking nuclear war or some shit and really do some goddamn damage. Because a lot of people are concerned about that. So many wars and the technology that we have that could do serious damage. I'm getting like a cataclysmic event. Yeah. It's the direction that we're going to take. Which way are we going to go? And that's what I'm thinking. Like they are watching to see which way we're going to go. And as they increase their energy, it makes the human populace more nervous, especially those who are under the guise of protecting, right? So not only are they doing it in secret, right, but they are also kind of nervous. Like there's nothing that they can do to defend us against anything that would be like an extraterrestrial attack. Yeah. I'm definitely getting that this Queen of Pentacles feels like it's a missed or lost opportunity. So she's making a decision to like cut the fuck out and let's just go head on and go. And I'm getting for that because they really feel like, or she has determined that we are hell bent on killing ourselves. Like we will not return to the tenets of love, like sympathy, empathy, compassion for one another for the sake of understanding, the ability to come to harmony and balance, right? And if she's already made that determination, she like it's time to go because they've already chosen the direction. The direction is to struggle. But maybe there is an opportunity for us to move past the chaos towards peace, right? I get the fact that there's so many people awakening in this day. Like everybody is talking about waking up and what woke culture. What does it mean to, sit in a space to promote harmony, to promote peace, to promote balancing. Because there's so many people feel like we're like teetering on that edge. This isn't the first time that Earth or Gaia has had, major events. We see cities all around where people lived underground for a long time. Why is that, beloved? When you look at the ancient world, we see these relics of buildings and construction that marvels nearly anything that we have today. Like the precision for which those buildings were built let us know that previously there was intelligent civilizations. Like this is not the golden age. It's just not. It is a return of knowledge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's like to continue to dig and find the information. Definitely, yeah. Understand that this is not our first time around this piece. It's just not. Yeah, Five of Swords. The more you ask, the more you seek, the more shit you find out. I'm getting chaos and conflict, shit that'll blow your mind. Like, damn, we went through a whole dark age, and they, pretty much washed away all this information, shit that was already known. Things that they overclassify and they keep away from the public, and they make people who know shit, question themselves. Like, am I really, tripping? Like, I know I just saw some shit. Like, what the fuck was that, beloved? And it's such a stigma, even for those who have spiritual gifts. You know what I mean? Clairvoyance and all that type of stuff like that. They've been using psychics and clairvoyance in researching government agencies for eons, but they'll make you feel like you crazy. Like, keep it like a stigma so that people don't really understand who they are and what it could do, beloved. Telekinesis, remote viewing, using your claircognizance, clairvoyance, the things that we have, our abilities, and we keep ourselves small because we don't tap into it. It's systems of control. What is controlling your ability to really believe? Like, to believe. They tell you things that's against, they make it a social norm not to believe, beloved. Telling you that you can't do certain stuff when it's already inherent, it's built in. Shit is not a new phenomenon. These beings been here. See, clairvoyance. I'm getting your psychic abilities. I'm getting your third eye, your intuition. What would it do, beloved? Especially if we begin to use it against energies that try to impose their influence over us. Because they can't just force you to do some shit. Look, learning. Why do they want to hide the information? Light bulb. They trying to keep your shit turned off. But I'm getting us moving forward. And sometimes we move too quickly without knowing enough information. I'm getting things picking up the pace. I'm hearing, the future is going to move fast. I'm getting a lot of people, again, trying to come into a new awareness, right? Not awareness of self, our environment, our history as, beings on this planet, that not everybody and not every being is the same. We're just not. I just recently read an article where they thought that Neanderthals were extinct, but they're not. They're not. It's different branches. And I'm getting a lot of different beings here on Gaia, and they just don't really want you to believe it. Because they know that some energies have an incredible ability to affect and influence. Lovers. Now, this could be head over heart decision, or it could just people coming together with mutual interests, right? Moving together in peace and, away from chaos and conflict, coming together as a populace, harmony, unity, balance, right? Definitely purpose. I'm getting focus, right? I'm getting connectivity. I'm getting security. Yeah, a new cycle. A new cycle is dawning. Definitely a new cycle is dawning. And I'm getting all these, like sacred geometrical shapes, like learning things. I'm getting the influence that's coming down from the spirit. 1111. Yes, Miss Angie. I do feel wish come true. I'm getting the fact that, a lot of information is going to be provided. I'm also getting influence. And I'm getting something more positive, like positive influence. Not the negativity that we've been under that causes chaos and confusion. Right, I'm getting something more positive. Yeah, hermit. I'm getting a light. This could be a particular person, indigo children, crystal children, it could be a particular person. It could be a clairvoyant. It could be somebody, that sees again across not just 4D, 5D type of energy, or have an awareness of infinite dimensions. It's something about this individual that I'm getting that has a different type of spirit, a different type of light. We see Knight of Swords, quick decision making, taking off, moving fast, a lot of fast movement here. Who's moving fast? This King of Pentacles, still seeking resources, feeling like they're losing out on some sort of opportunity or they don't want to lose. I'm getting this King of Pentacles, these energies that want the resources of Gaia. Not only do they, I'm getting third eye, I'm getting even mind control type of energy, so just go with it, causing confusion. I'm getting missing opportunities, but I'm also getting a quick decision. I'm getting something that they're going to do fast. And then whatever it is, I'm getting, it's definitely a lot of fast movement here with the Knight of Swords to the Eight of Wands. And I'm getting something in the future, Six of Cups. Choosing a direction. They could be, a high priestess. See, that's what I was getting. They could be going after a particular person or a particular type of energy. Like a part of the collective, again, that could see. A heightened awareness is what I'm getting. Because that's what we were just talking about. The fact that you have this heightened awareness. And it always, kind of caught it interesting to me. Like, why is it that certain people see multiple events? You know what I mean? When you think about, movies of the fourth kind and shit like that, why is it that they chose that specific individual to visit? Like, why do they do that? What is it that they know about a person, a lineage, or something like that that makes them come and visit that particular person? Two of Cups. I'm getting this Lovers. I don't know who you are, but this could either be people coming together or it could be somebody with a specific lineage. You know what I mean? That these energies would take interest in. Again, I'm getting people who have, like that sixth sense awaken. Yeah, giving and receiving. It's something that they want from you. I don't know if they bring something and we give something, you know what I mean? Maybe it's an influence to give, to take something, but it's not getting reversed where it's like a one-sided thing. I don't feel it's one-sided. I feel it's something that's mutual. Again, like back in the day, they would give us knowledge and the ability to do certain things and build all these monuments and wonders and all of this information, knowledge and shit like that. Just like how we get knowledge from them today, even though it's, in a different type of way where it's not like a cooperative or cooperation. We, got scared and shot some shit down or it crashed, and now we got their technology and we can use it. We have their biologics so we can use it. Like, you know what I mean? Science. That's a different type of way of gaining. But back in the day, I'm getting, it was a mutual exchange. Yeah. Definitely getting long time ago. Like, this has been a long-standing kind of thing. A mutual exchange of information that has been hidden. And I'm getting now that, I don't know if we as, the human beings are, going through this mental conflict. I'm getting stigma again and disbelief, beloved, that belief. Like the smear campaigns. Yeah, the smear campaigns, the toxicity, like the fear mongering, right? If these beings really wanted to decimate Gaia, they definitely could. Like they have the ability, but it does not serve them to decimate Gaia. It doesn't serve them to harm us. If they wanted to harm us, it could have been they could have done it like eons ago. They wouldn't have shared this type of information and helping us to advance as a species or in civilization in general. Which is why I think it's funny now that the concern in Congress in these conversations is more about how do we protect ourselves? Why are they looking at these facilities? Because y'all fucking finna kill people, like the whole planet. And they are concerned about it. See? Eight of Swords. I'm getting that this Queen of Swords, the other half of these individuals really believe that we are getting to the point of no return. Like they are losing faith in our ability to unwrap ourselves, to come out of our mind. Like we are trapped in a certain type of mindset. And then it's going to be to our detriment. Is that right? Yes. But some other ones are hopeful that we can definitely get it together. That we can lean into the other side of our nature, like calling to that other energy and influence that would, lead us to sympathy, empathy, compassion. I think that's what she wants, right? And again, the ones that will want to preserve us could be for their own motivation to continue this agreement of receiving resources from Gaia. Anything else in here, Spirit say no. Strength and perseverance, dedication. I'm getting these are some very strong energies. Somebody is profoundly clairvoyant, though. Definitely getting that energy. You want something in here? Profoundly clairvoyance, patience. Patience was in reverse. I just flipped it. I'm getting this energy is running out of patience. Like she's done with it. Like I'm ready to get the fuck on. I'm tired of being around here. They don't do nothing but hurt each other. They are not learning. You know what I mean? They are not growing, acting like savages. Is what I'm picking up. And like I have had it. Like this could totally be a loss, and I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. I'm getting you kind of like, us all coming into alignment in terms of a collective. Yoga is giving me the Soham mantra or meditation. And Soham is really the sound that you make when you just breathe. So if you close your mouth and you breathe, inhale, allowing your stomach to expand out. Just doing that, and you can just like that forceful or just deep breathing with your mouth closed, you can hear the resonance of Soham, right? And it is our connection is saying that I am that. I am. Us being a collective, a consciousness, pulling us away from individuality and really understanding that we are a part of something greater. And that's what I'm getting that this Queen of Swords have decided that we are too wrapped up in our head and individuality and not seeing our connectivity, not even seeing how controlled and wrapped up we are to, for our future benefit. I'm getting the cycle is changing. I'm even hearing the words harvest. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what I get, that there is a purpose for them being so interested in Gaia particularly. And I'm getting its resources. I'm getting harvesting and exchanging energy, resources, melanin, and other precious minerals and metals, elements, basically. And I'm getting also through the practice of yoga and meditation, opening up that third eye, your psychic abilities. I'm getting the ability to tap into the sixth sense, the knowingness that we are all connected, right? That there's more. Like life is more than what we have currently defined it. It's not just that. Anything else in here? Yes. Peace of mind, spiritual growth, well-being. Archangel Uriel. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. Releasing anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. See, releasing anger, unforgiveness, right? Being wrapped up in it. And when we are so angry and feeling that level of toxicity and unforgiveness, it keeps us thinking about one another as separate, like you is this and I'm this, right? Instead of understanding the collective, that we are pixels and pieces of the collective we. And always thinking about everything as harm, right? Omega energy. What up, Omega energy? Victory, right? Your desire is coming to fruition, right? And I'm also getting the fact that it could go either way. What do we desire? If we are sitting in a place where we are locked up in our head mentally and our emotions are leaning us into anger, unforgiveness, bitterness, resentment, frustration, irritation, annoyance, that is how we tend to treat each other. We see life that way. But if we could change that, you know, understand the collective energy by connecting with our spiritual selves, growing and developing, right? We would learn that through sympathy, empathy, compassion, understanding, balancing, harmony, you know what I mean? That wisdom, that we are all one. What we do to self, we do to another self, we do to all of us. Like your effect and what you do ripples out, beloved. It's not just onto you. See, justice. How do we come to balance? How do we balance things out? I'm almost at my lunchtime. We're gonna wrap it up in just a few. Which one? This. Indigo. I can't make it up. Didn't we say this? Look, sacral chakra, kingdom. Right? That's what I'm getting. Like in your gut, I'm getting clear cognizance, a knowingness. We are all connected. And I'm getting an indigo child. We said indigo child or crystal child, something like that. Specific type of energies that have these gifts, that have a different type of awakening, a different type of connectivity. It's something different about your light, about your energy, right? As an indigo child, as a crystal child. I'm definitely picking up on an indigo, a unicorn. It's something different that's about you, right? A highly sensitive, highly intuitive person. And you may even come together with other indigo children, like other psychics, other clairvoyants, other people, other highly sensitive peoples. Highly sensitive peoples. And I'm getting that they visit highly sensitive people, which could be one of the reasons why is that right? Something about soulless, Solis, yes. Soulless, and I'm seeing the word solstice. Why am I hearing winter solstice? Oh. Now? No. Yeah, we gon' Okay, that's the message that I'm not able to talk about. Yeah. But whoever you are an indigo child. And winter solstice is significant. Your gifts, clairvoyant abilities, your light is very different. And whoever you are, you could definitely signify your presence signifies a change in the cycle, and you could become to move things towards peace, away from chaos. Yeah, that hit me in the kingdom. to move things towards peace, like to tip the scale towards peace, because there is a decision being made about Gaia itself. Which way are the inhabitants going to go, beloved? Are we going to move towards, staying and fuck shit, the nonsense under the influence of those who would manipulate so that they can continue to receive the resources, right? And staying in the energy, the emotion of anger and unforgiveness and bitterness? Or are we going to tip the scales towards sympathy, empathy, compassion, heavy for one another, right? To understand the collective, to unwrap our mindset, to release ourselves from the struggles, from the burdens, and go into a new cycle of peace. And I'm getting there's an indigo child here. I'm getting that it's two, at least two. It's energies that are in this one. They told me one. It's an energy that's in this space. And who, believe. All things are possible, beloved. Believe. And people tend not to believe shit until shit go fuck public. Like the fact that they are sitting there discussing this shit in Congress, like the US government is now being forced to come out and talk about things that the populace has been knowing for a long time. But those who know get treated like they crazy, yo. It's a whole stigma. So the same way that there's a stigma on what used to be UFOs, they don't even use that term no more. They call them UAPs. Okay? Unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Very different from what we are accustomed to calling it. But that's the same way that they would tell you that clairvoyance and psychics don't exist. Just the fuck they do, beloved. Yes, they do. We are not the only beings. Life doesn't exist in the only ways that we have currently defined it. We used to think that you needed oxygen to for life. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's life in places where there's no water. Like, it doesn't have to be exactly what we have been taught to believe. Because especially if they hoard a lot of information, they burn it, they destroy it, so that they can control the populace and how you think about it. When you run across something, you choose to dismiss it. If another person tries to tell you something for your benefit, you would dismiss it. You wouldn't believe it. Anything else? No. Seriously, expand your mind, expand your consciousness. Believe, beloved. Definitely getting a union. A indigo child. Somebody that's present, coming to move things forward. And I don't know if this is future, like maybe this child hasn't come. Yes, I'm getting that they're here. Yep, they're here. I'm hearing that they're here. They're definitely here. So if y'all interested in seeing some cool stuff, check out the uploads page. I just posted, I think it's the latest video that's uploaded, not a live session because we do all our stuff live now. But it's definitely, y'all, let's see. Because at first when I was like, oh shit, what is that? And I was fumbling trying to get my phone out because they was moving so quick. And I'm like, by the time I got it out, it was like, what the shit is that? There is absolute. Can my son be an indigo too? A lot of indigo children, according to how they classify it, was born between the 70s and the 80s. So your son, if born in that time frame, could definitely be an indigo. Yes. So that's when they started rhyming, the indigos. So just, kind of look it up, because I don't have that part memorized. I would have to do a quick search and be like, so I can make sure I'm telling you right. But my recollection is that they started arriving around the 70s and going forward. Because we got the indigos, we have, I think, crystal children and rainbow children as well. Yeah. See? right? And a lot of the indigo children definitely paved the way for the crystal and the rainbow children to come in, right? So those souls to be born in this plane. And I'm getting to move things forward away from chaos and conflict towards peace, right? And again, sometimes challenges are the best way to learn. Adversity. You take yourself to the brink of damn near destruction, you have a way of calling yourself or pulling yourself back. That's what I think about. Okay, what movie was that? X-Men. X-Men. It was it was the one where the first mutant that they knew about awakened. What was his name? Apocalypse. So X-Men Apocalypse. They always talk about shit in the movies. If y'all pay attention to what the shit they be saying in the movies, oh, it'll clue you into some stuff. It'll let you know that they've been knowing this for a minute, right? Because we talking about going all the way back to them ancient relics. So Apocalypse was back there in ancient Kemet times, and back because he had these gifts, people worshiped them like they was a god, beloved. You know what I mean? Like whatever. But what was he doing? He was assuming other individuals' psychic powers to enhance himself. Like the more powers he received, the more better off in advance and evolved he was. So back then he was looking for somebody that had the ability to heal, like well, I think he had regenerative healing, or what was it, metal or something. Oh no, telepathy. Charles Xavier, that's what he was trying to get, because when they shut everything down back in the day and kind of buried him and came against him, right, because of the power that he was amassing, it was because he was trying to get somebody that was telepathic, a clairvoyant, somebody that had the ability to see, like a mental. I'm getting telepathy, that type of energy. Anywho, y'all just go with it. So, and that version of the X-Men, Apocalypse, this person came back and he was in a modern age. But the first thing he did was take all of the nuclear arms across the world and shoot them up into space. Why would that be his first major action? Think about that. If we are to the point where nuclear weaponry has gotten so advanced where we can literally destroy ourselves, destroy Gaia, and all of the resources that they would want to mine from the planet would be gone, including us, right? One of their first orders would be to get rid of that level of weaponry. Gotten to the point where not only do you not believe in self, do you not understand who you are, he went around and talking to all these people that had these gifts, and telling them who they were and what they could do, how to dig into self to pull out more. Like, you are not anything to be ashamed of. If anything, you are evolved. You have a different level of responsibility, right? And your knowingness and your abilities is something for you to highlight, for you to shine in, not for people to treat you like you are a stigma and that you should be in hiding, right? So oftentimes a lot of those movies tell the truth, but they switch what is the villain and what is not, right? What should be heroic and what is a villain. Another one, again, because I'm a Marvel fan, but I think about Thor, Love and Thunder, right? So Thor being a false god, like a demigod, right? But in that, it was really a religious movie about theology and false gods and praying to things that had no intention on saving you. Other energies. And what are their intentions? A lot of it is malevolent. It is only for the sake of influence, so that they can gather something from you without giving anything back to you. So this person in the beginning of the movie, it lets you know what it is real quick. This person was a devotee. This person had really gave all of their praise and their worship to their cultural, what they were raised under. Like, this is our God, we praise them, they give us our sustenance, our life. And Sat there in a drought, hardship, extreme hardship. Daughter died, dehydration, and all of this shit. Was praying and all of this. Only when she died, he heard something called to him. That clairaudient, that something was calling out to him. He got to a point where he entered into the garden, was able to eat and drink. And what had happened? He cut his hand on the sword of truth. They called it the necromancy sword because it was a God killing sword, something that could kill all the false gods. Who went on a rampage to stop this dude from going to eternity and wishing away all the false gods? Thor. And people cheered him on like that was a good thing. Even humans helping him to do it. Why would they want to keep the false gods that are hoarding your praise and your energy and using your influence for their own gain and motivation and sustain self when they would clearly let you die and starve and suffer? But that's the way that the cinematics go in terms of propaganda, programming, and all of that stuff. Yes, energy. A lot of these, they cannot force you to do a thing. Like we talk about the fallen. Somebody mentioned that. Fallen and dark energies. They can't force you to do a thing, but their influence is heavy. If your mind is not in such a way where you are linked into sympathy, empathy, compassion, and understanding who you are and secure with that, that you are a part of the collective, that you are a fractal, a piece of the Most High God itself, that it's already built in, that intelligence is built in, like your body knows. We only need to reawaken or bring forth what's in our subconscious to be consciously aware of it, then they can influence you through your belief system, beloved. Because anything is possible if you believe it. But what do we believe? And how has it been programmed, manipulated? Dark psychology. That's what I'm getting. So, yeah. I'm getting renew. I'm getting a blank slate. Again, right? I'm getting the full card. So much information has been lost. And as we see it come out, oftentimes we have to see it like having another individual that we consider an authority, a governing body, an official, to say it, to report it, to expose it, for people to believe it. But why do we need to have affirmation outside of self of what we already know to be true? We know that they will lie and manipulate to influence you, to program you. We talk about it all the time. So maybe we just need to broaden that perspective and understand that they will infiltrate and program every aspect of your life if you let it. I'm getting it's a time for us to continue to wake up, to wake up, to wake up, to wake up so that we can get up. And when we get up and when we stand up, then that shit will fall down, beloved. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Tears and We Twirl show. We sure enough never know what you're going to get. You just never know. It's whatever the spirit tells us to bring. Somebody is an indigo child and a highly clairvoyant, a psychic, somebody that could see through the veil 60, 70, 80, maybe 9, 10 even. Understanding that there's infinite dimensions. And what we see on Gaia is just a little teensy weensy fractal piece of it. Just a tiny bit. So it's calling us to expand our consciousness a whole lot of it. To the next now. I love y'all guys so much. I do. I love you just like I love me because that is my capacity. I love you like I love the Alpha that made me. What up, A? The Omega who decreed me to be the infinite intelligence breathing. Because the word lives in this day. And don't let anybody say anything different. To the next now. Ashe.